During the post-pandemic holiday season, how can I increase response to special events for a retail store?
Let me jump in there, Steph. Because I think this is actually a good follow. Because one of the things I wanted to mention with that last question too is events, right? Like events are a good way. More and more, we're seeing people form. There's like a community that forms around like businesses oftentimes now, and obviously this depends a lot on the nature of the business and how tightly knit that community is. But events are a great way to just get people and promote something to bring people together, but again, make that more of that personal connection, which will help influence sales, in the long run. Now, in terms of, post-pandemic type of thing, I think this does come down to knowing your community, knowing your customers, and what are the concerns that they may have about coming to an event, and what can you do to ensure everybody's safe and, kind of ease those concerns. And I think if you start thinking there, that's a good place where you can be like, oh, okay, it's kind of like, just like in sales where you have to overcome obstacles or objections from people. It's almost the same thing. Like convincing somebody to leave the house can be an interesting conversation to begin with, right? And so you've got to give them reasons why would I want to leave my house when I'm comfortable on the couch watching Netflix, right? Like, why would I want to do that? Well, you've got to give them a reason. And I think it's really thinking through that and understanding what's going to make them say no so you can help alleviate that.
Very true. And what you're touching upon, Dave, is spot on because it ties into the difference between features and benefits in marketing messaging, right? So your furniture store and you want to have an event. So you send an email or promote it on your website or through direct mail and so on and saying, hey, we're having an event, period, right? The event is the feature, okay? But why, to your point, why should I come? And that's where the benefits come into play. Come to the event so that you meet people, you see the latest furniture, you try out the most comfortable couch in the world, you see this special coffee table that turns into a dining room table, right? So give people a reason why. And part of marketing messaging is frankly telling people what to think. I mean, you do it nicely and properly, but you need to give people the benefit is the emotional step that gets people to say yes. I'll give you another example. Think of a car company. We are Ford, we make cars and they all have seatbelts. That could be one of their ads, right? I'm oversimplifying. Now think of the exact same ad and say, we are Ford, we make cars, they all have seatbelts and they will save your daughter's life. Which of the two messages do you think is more effective? Don't you want to save your daughter's life? Of course you're going to buy a Ford because that is a seatbelt. Think of the same concept in the products and services that you're selling. What are the features and what will those features do to make your customer's life better?